Polychords. A polychord is one chord stacked on top of another chord. For example, if I play the shell voicing of a C major 7 chord, which is tonic, third, and the 7th, and I place a G major triad on top of it. Yeah. Doesn't matter in what inversion. I create a C major 9 chord. That's the major 7, the 9, right there. Okay, so I can use polychords to realize complicated chord structures. For example, to create a C13 sharp 11 chord, I can play the shell voicing in the left hand and place a D major triad on top of it. That D major triad gives me the 9, the sharp 11 and the 13. And I can do this in any inversion. Dominant chords are especially suited for these simple polychord structures. For example, if I play C7 in the left hand, the shell voicing and the tonic, and place A flat major on top of it, I get the sharp 9 and the flat 13, or you may think of it as the augmented 5th. So all I have to know is the interval between the root note of the actual chord, in this case C7, and the root note of the upper structure chord, of the polychord that is on top of that basic structure. So in this case, the interval between the two roots is a minor 6. Or the inverted interval of a minor 6 is of course a major third. So you could think of it as going down a major third from the root note. So in C7 altered, I would think, okay, C7 and A flat on top. Now there's another upper structure chord that I can use that gives me the flat 9 and the flat 5. And that one is based off the flat 5. So the root of that upper structure chord is a flat 5 above the root of the actual chord. So I play G flat major in any inversion on top of the C7. Okay, so these polychords are really awesome to construct these complicated chords. Let's see how we can apply this to a jazz cadence, to a 2-5-1. I go in the key of C, I play the shell voicing here, and then I play the G major chord on top of that. That gives me the C major 9 chord. Then I go to D minor, and if I play A minor on top of that, I get a D minor 9 chord. Yeah. If I prefer to make that a D minor 11, I can place a C major chord on top of that. Gives me the 9, the 11, and doubles the 7. Okay. So I can play the C chord with G on top, the D chord with C on top or A minor, and then we can go to some sort of G chord, let's say G13. To get that one, I simply play E minor on top of the G7. Okay. So let's play the jazz cadence in C with an altered 5 chord. So it would be for the altered 5 chord, I play E flat major and D flat major on top of the G chord. So if I were to play a D half diminished chord, I need to think F minor. And then from F minor I go to E flat. Or D flat. So on the altered 5 chord, I alternate between these two major chords that are built on the flat 6 and the flat 5. Really nice effect. So let's alter the second chord in our 2-5 progression. So usually we have D minor, but let's make that a secondary dominant chord that leads to the 5 chord. So we need a major third here. And let's put an alteration in here. Very often in jazz, this chord, which is 5 of 5, has a sharp 11 in it. So we can play E to get the D13 sharp 11. And then we go to our altered 5. Okay, so what you need to learn is to associate certain chord types with their polychord structure.